Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Fabled Lands. We find ourselves with little Devika now in Marlock City in Saqqara, and there is a bit of a plan for tonight's episode. Let's see how it goes. Marlock City is a huge, sprawling metropolis enclosed in a fortified wall said to have been built 1,000 years ago by the ancient Shaddar Empire. It is the capital city of Saqqara. Marlock City was once known as Sokar until General Grieve Marlock led the army in bloody revolt against the old king, Corin VII, and had him executed. The general renamed the city after himself. It is now a crime to call it Sokar. The general lives in the old king's palace and calls himself the protected general of all Saqqara. There was a time when our country also had a protector general, or lord protector, who was a military general. Not a good time. Whereas the old king was corrupt, the general rules with a fist of iron. Some people like the new regime. Others are royalists, still loyal to Nergam, the heir to the throne who has gone into hiding somewhere. Outside the city gates hang the bodies of many dead people. Labels around their necks read, "Rebels executed by the state for the good of the people."
"You best behave yourself if you don't want to end up like one of them,"
grates a guardsman, nodding towards the swinging corpses as you pass through the great eagle-headed gates of Marlock City. To leave Marlock by sea, or to buy or sell ships and cargo, go to the harbour master. Well, tonight we're going to explore the city. You take a stroll through the streets. Marlock City is teeming with people. Do we have our luck blessing? Okay, this is going to get interesting then. We shall enter the residential quarter. You come across a blazing house in the poorer quarter of town. A crowd has gathered watching the flames impassively. A young girl runs up to you in tears. "My mother's inside! Please, please help her!" she begs. The fire is raging hard and you are not sure whether anyone could be left alive inside, but we must attempt to rescue in case they are. You charge into the burning building in search of the child's mother. You see her lying unconscious at the bottom of the stairs. Desperately you try to get to her, but a burning beam has fallen across your way and the smoke is making you choke. We must test our luck and try and get a nice high roll, and use our luck blessing and try again. The gods sometimes smile upon the worthy. You are given a second chance. With a heroic effort, you manage to get to the woman. Gathering her up, you run for the door and stagger out into the cool night air, smoke and flame licking at your heels. The townsfolk give you a rousing cheer and the girl thanks you effusively for saving her mother. Later, it transpires that the woman is actually a powerful sorceress whose experiments in fire magic went slightly wrong. Her name is Alicia the Traveller and she gives you a pale moonstone. My mouse wheel does not like scrolling tonight. I should probably change the batteries soon. Alicia tells you that you can use the moonstone by rubbing it, and you will be instantly teleported to the vicinity of the sunstone which she carries on a necklace. I will be here in Marlock City. Whenever you are desperate, at the end of your tether, or just want to get here fast, use the moonstone and you will appear beside me. I will do everything in my power to aid you, and then my debt to you will be repaid. Excellent. This is our lucky get-out-of-jail-free moonstone. It's not a card, it's a moonstone, okay? We may very well need that in the future. Let's visit the Temple District and see if Elnir is Charisma, Alvir and Valmir is Water, Sig is Thievery. Saqqara's capital boasts a remarkable spiritual landscape featuring 3 grand temples, each occupying its own distinct location amidst the city's bustling streets. Additionally, it is home to the unique house of priests, serving as the administrative heart of the polytheistic religions revered in both Saqqara and Golnir. Well, they don't have the temple we want there. We want a temple of the Three Fates. I think there's one up north in, what's its name? The place where the man with the velvet eye patch was. We will visit market briefly. We've got nothing to sell. Let us depart from Saqqara. Head up towards Trefoil. The main road between Marlock City, Trefoil and Karan Baru is well maintained with regular guard posts. The Saqqarans are nothing if not efficient. Ah, we lose our blessing of thievery. Oh, bugger. The city of Trefoil is a terrifying vision of apocalyptic destruction. It had once been a thriving crossroads town, but now it is a burnt-out hulk. It was almost razed to the ground when it declared for the late king during the recent civil war and tried to hold out against the army of Grieve Marlock, the current Protector General of Saqqara. It was then sacked by the general's mercenaries, and General Marlock is now trying to rebuild it. Craftsmen are hard at work everywhere. Well, we're going to have to go back to Marlock City and visit the Temple of Sig. The Temple of Sig the Cunning, patron of vagabonds, troubadours, lovers, thieves and rogues, is a ramshackle warehouse in the poor quarter. Inside, however, there is so much wealth it makes you gasp. The idol of Sig, the saturnine two-faced young human of indeterminate sex, is covered in gems. As you can see, we've been made rich by generous donations, says a black-robed priest. Let's seek a blessing of Sig. So now that we have our thievery blessing back, we can go back towards Trefoil. And on the road, we do not lose a blessing this time. So we'll head up to the roadside tavern. You join the much-travelled road that connects Trefoil and Karan Baru. The traffic mostly consists of convoys of troops and supplies. Eventually you come to the Weary Pilgrim Tavern, a way station between the cities. We're not going to stay here. We're going to move on and take the main road north to Karan Baru. The road is nearly blocked by wagons and supply convoys. A troop of soldiers forces its way through the throng. The men bang heads indiscriminately to clear people out of the way. We are mistaken for a beggar by a priest who gives us 10 shards. And then we get to Karan Baru, which is a medium-sized town that acts as a way station between the citadel to the north and the rich towns of the south. It is a garrison town. Many supplies, arms, and soldiers move through Karan Baru on the north-south trail. Shops, temples, traders, and the like have sprung up here to serve the needs of the military. There is also a sizable mining community, for the mines of Saqqara lie in the Bronze Hills just outside town, and a slave market, where poor unfortunates sold into slavery are bought to work in the mines. The Karan Baru market consists of several covered arcades. Much of its stock is for miners and soldiers, and it is run with business-like efficiency by the Saqqaran military. We want to see how the divine is represented in this settlement, and the Temple of the Three Fortunes is a squat, solid building. A frieze above the door depicts 3 women weaving a tapestry. That's the tapestry of fate, where our destiny is woven, comments a priest. We absolutely want a blessing of the Three Fortunes. It's well worth the coin. Let's head back down the main road towards Yellowstone. Our journey is mercifully uneventful. We hit the roadside tavern and make it down to Yellowport. It is not an American national park. Yellowport is the second largest city in Saqqara. It is mainly a trading town and is known for its exotic goods from distant Ankong Konu, way to the south, which we intend to visit someday, just like most other parts of the world at some point or other. Devika has wanderlust, indeed. The stinking river brings rich deposits of sulfur from the lake of the sea dragon down to the town, where it is extracted and stored in the large waterfront warehouses run by the Merchants Guild, and we now know it is a literal sea dragon, not a figurative name for the lake. From here, the mineral is exported all over Harkuna. Unfortunately, all that sulfur has its drawbacks. The stink is abominable, and much of the city has a yellowish hue. The river is so full of sulfur that it is virtually useless as a source of food or of drinking water. However, the demand for sulfur, especially from the sorceress guilds, is great. Politically, much has changed in the past few years. The old and corrupt king of Saqqara, Korim VII, has been deposed and executed in a military coup. General Grieve Marlock and the army now control Saqqara. The old Council of Yellowport has been indefinitely dissolved, and a Provost Marshal, Marlos Marlock, the general's brother, appointed as military governor of the town. To leave Yellowport by sea, buy or sell ships and cargo, go to the harbour master. We will not do that. We'll do a quick paranoia check. All good. And then we will head to the Gold Dust Tavern, which is a plush inn beside the city gates. And there, we will buy a round of drinks and listen for rumours. You fall into conversation with Pyletes, a kindly old scholar priest of Mulhern, the god of knowledge.
Many years ago, the Book of the Seven Sages was stolen from us, he croaks. News suggests that the Scorpion Men are in possession of it. I need a young adventurer like yourself to travel to Scorpion Bite and return the book to me. In return, I can show you how to improve the skill of your choice.
We will absolutely accept this. Pyletes' eyes light up with hope as you agree to his request.
Bless you, young adventurer, he exclaims with a relieved smile. Return to me with the artifact and I shall impart to you knowledge that will aid your journey.
You nod in understanding, taking your leave as the weight of this new quest settles upon your shoulders. And with that... Oh, we could search for rumours again. We probably will at some point, but with that, we'll leave Yellowport for now and head up towards Venefax. The villagers welcome you as the one who brought Fours to justice and saved their people from slavery. Venefax is a strange-looking village. It looks like a single gigantic building. All the houses are joined together to form a jumbled mass, and none of the houses have doors. The only way in is through holes in the rooftop. Ladders lead up to the roof, which in effect forms a network of streets that the inhabitants travel across to get to certain buildings.
We had to build it that way for defence, says a passing farmer. You see, the Scorpion Men from the south cannot climb, so they can't get inside the town.
There is not much for you to buy or sell in this provincial market. Items with no purchase price are not available locally. Now, we have a large potion of comeliness, a potion of comeliness, and a large potion of nature. Many of the quests in Saqqara that we would like to achieve now require magic and thievery. But we will go down to Scorpion Bite and... Right. Yes, we'll go to Scorpion Bite first. You're on a rough track that runs between Venefax and the territories of the Scorpion Men. Slogging your way through hot, dry scrubland, a hawk circles overhead, cawing harshly. A couple of Scorpion Men scuttle out of the brush to confront you. It'd be a bloody big bush if Scorpion Men could hide in it. They resemble huge scorpions, but with a human head and torso. They hold swords and shields in their human arms. The creature's eyes blaze with an unearthly yellow light, and they scrabble towards you with frightening speed, whipping their stings up and around at you. You must fight them. And indeed, we hope our magic shield protects us well enough. Let us let us bring down the curse of the gods on this scorpion man. And as they close, we shall curse him. And he will survive, damn it. Oh! He's down. We are unwounded. This is going well. It's going exceedingly well. Like Mr. Kipling's exceedingly good cakes. The creature falls dead. You can squeeze a little of its venom from its sting, and we will do just that. You wander on until you come to a ridge. Down below, in a shallow valley, is a great mound of earth. Many burrows have been dug through it, and the scorpion men are crawling in and out. This is the mound of the scorpion men, their home. You know that the Book of the Seven Sages that Pylaites wanted you to get lies within the mound. We could go for it now, or we could decide that if we're going to sneak past a lot of scorpion men, we're going to want some more thievery and some more magic. Let's leave and try for later. We'll go back up to Venefax, which we visited just recently, so I'm not going to read the description, and take the eastern road up towards Blessed Springs. You're on the road between Blessed Springs and Venefax. Pilgrims, the sick and injured, travel this route to the holy waters of Blessed Springs to find salvation. Nothing untoward happens, and we continue our journey until we arrive at the village of Blessed Springs, nestling at the foot of a tall hill which has grown up around the holy waters, a special spring said to have healing powers. It has been fenced off by the villagers, and a priesthood appointed to supervise the supplicants who come to bathe or drink of the spring's waters. There is no market, but an alchemist has set up shop here. You have heard tales of the holy spring and its healing powers. The village has basically grown up around it, and you have limited places to openly go to due to the guards hired by the priests of Mulhern to patrol the area. Still, you think that you can pay a visit to the owner of the alchemist shop. The alchemist shop is lined with potions, jars of exotic substances, herbs, and so on. Alembics and beakers bubble and boil, full of strangely coloured liquids. The alchemist, a tall, gangly fellow with a beak of a nose, sells potions. The alchemist can make you some special potions as well, but he needs some ingredients. He needs an ink sac and 250 shards. If you pay the money and have an ink sac, he will make you a potion of restoration. It can be used only once to heal all lost stamina points, cure poison and disease. He also needs some scorpion venom, which we have, and 50 shards. If you pay the money and have some scorpion venom, he will make you a scorpion antidote. It can be used only once to cure the poison. We will buy a scorpion antidote. You hand over your carefully squeezed scorpion venom and gain a new item. You leave the shop and ponder where to go next. No, we don't. We stay in the shop and do some shopping. We now have our scorpion venom antidote in case we are poisoned by the scorpion men in the south. We would also like a potion of intellect and a potion of stealth to infiltrate their lair. Look, if we're going to find the Book of Seven Sages, we should probably be pretty intelligent if we're going to work it out. Heading southwards on the road, nothing bad happens. We go back down past Venefax, all the way to Scorpion Bite, where we are attacked by 2 more scorpion men. Let's see how we fare. Curse you! The gods say you are cursed, scorpion man! And let us cleanse your impurity with fire. And close ground. We got him, and we close up the other one. We've been injured, but we fight on. Excellent. The creature falls dead. You can squeeze a little of its venom from its sting. We shall absolutely do that. No, we won't. We can't take that with us. Okay. However, you feel the warm energy of the blessing you received from Maka, the terrible goddess of disease and famine, healing your body, and you quickly shake off the effects of the venom. Which means we didn't need our antidote anyway. You wander on until you come to a ridge. Down below, in a shallow valley, is a great mound of earth. Many burrows have been dug through it, and the Scorpion Men are crawling in and out. This is the mound of the Scorpion Men, their home. We are going to go for the Book of Seven Sages this time. You wait until nightfall, then creep towards the mound. It's a thievery roll. We're looking at a 6. Let's drink our potion of stealth to knock that down to a 5. And we'll use a blessing of thievery, because the gods did not like it the first time. You creep past a Scorpion Man guard, which is dozing at the entrance to one of the burrows. The stench inside the mound is foul, a kind of acrid, rotting vegetable smell. You head for the centre of the mound, past tunnels, rooms and egg chambers, avoiding the inhabitants by skulking in the shadows. Finally, you come to a room which is more like the laboratory of a sorcerer than a Scorpion Man den. Jars, alembics and scrolls lie all over the place. A Scorpion Man is at work at a desk. Unlike others of his kind, he wears rudimentary clothing. Suddenly, what you took for a stuffed animal head, mounted on the wall, says, "There is an intruder, master!" The Scorpion Man wheels around and charges straight at you. We require a magic roll, and we have a potion of intellect to assist us in this matter. The gods smile upon us. Your magical awareness tells you that something is wrong. You realize that the Scorpion Man is an illusion, a magically created disguise. The illusion falls away under your keen magical sight, and a rather fat little fellow is standing before you, dressed in a dirty, food-stained tunic. "Ah!" he says, realizing his subterfuge has been uncovered. He drops to his knees, pleading, "Please don't kill me! Please don't kill me!" You manage to calm him down enough to find out his story. His name is Caimran the Portly, a minor sorcerer. He came here in the disguise of a Scorpion Man and swiftly rose to power using his magical skills. He had planned to use the Scorpion Men as an army. Fearfully, he hands you the Book of the Seven Sages, which he stole to further his campaign of conquest. Well, we shall return that to the priests to whom it belongs. Then Caimran leads you through a secret tunnel out of the mound and back to the village of Venefax, where you hand him over to the Venefax authorities for trial. We will stay in the inn in Venefax for one night, then head back down to Yellowport, where, at the Gold Dust Tavern, before we spend the night, we will take the Book of Seven Sages to Pyletes. You take the Book of Seven Sages to Pyletes the Sage of the Gold Dust Tavern. He thanks you effusively for bringing it to him. Your reward is secret learning from the Temple of Mulhern, God of Knowledge. You can add one to the ability of your choice. Since the book was stolen, and we had to steal it back, and we're not very good at stealing things, we'll take an increase to thievery, an understanding of the task we have undertaken. You gain a new title, Illuminate of Mulhern, that may allow us to get into the Temple of Mulhern in Golnir a little more easily. And I've now achieved my goal, actually, for this episode. Let's see how we're doing for time. If we've got a decent amount of time, I'll continue. Okay. Yeah, so what do I want to do next, then? You know what? I think I will just leave it here and give myself a little time to mull it over. I hope you've all enjoyed this episode, a little on the short side, though it may be, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next one. I'll say goodbye for now, though, and cheerio, everyone! See you all soon.